Gas and other commodity prices have risen in most nations as a result of Russia's war in Ukraine, with gas prices becoming a matter of debate around the world. Consumers in the U.S. are paying the highest gas prices in history, with an average of $4.59 per gallon as of May. However, in some other countries, the pain at the pump is actually considerably worse. In American dollars, the global average price of a gallon of gas is around $5.13. Venezuelans, on the other hand, pay only 8 cents per gallon of gasoline, the lowest price on the planet. The amount of taxes and fees that governments impose on gas is the most important element affecting prices at the pump. So stay with and watch this video to find out about the top 8 countries which have the highest gas prices in the world. Let's begin. 8. Netherlands. The Netherlands has one of the highest gas prices in Europe, with Amsterdam being the most costly city in the country at $8.812 per gallon. High energy taxes, as in other European countries, are the cause of high costs, with taxes accounting for more than half of the gas price. Out of all European Union member countries, this is one of the highest percentages. A lot of variables, according to experts, have contributed to the rise in oil and gasoline prices. Not only is demand for gasoline higher now than it was during the coronavirus outbreak, but markets are also taking into account tensions between Russia and Ukraine, which could affect Russian oil and gas supplies. The euro to US dollar exchange rate has also altered rates, with $1 US currently costing 0.89 euros. However, high gas prices cannot be blamed solely on Putin or Russia. The Netherlands made policy decisions on its own. You now understand why the Dutch love their bikes. 7. Iceland. The word expensive is one of the most commonly used words to describe Iceland. Iceland is one of the most expensive countries in the world. Gas is no different. Iceland has the world's 5th highest gas prices. The average cost of gasoline in this country is $8.953 a gallon. Iceland is on a mission to wean off its energy imports from other countries. Around 85% of its energy consumption is met locally using renewable energy sources. It generates practically all of its electricity from domestic renewable energy sources. However, the usage of gasoline and diesel-fueled cars are impeding the island's energy independence, which is one of the reasons why it is not afraid to tax car drivers as much as it can. We monitor developments closely and change the price if and when market conditions give us a reason to do so, states Hinrik Orn Bjarnason, managing director of N1 gas stations. Those price increases are unprecedented. Given Iceland's relative isolation, it's also fairly expensive to get fuel to Iceland. 6. Greece. If you are visiting Greece for the first time, you should keep in mind that in addition to your hotel accommodations and car rental in Greece, you should allocate funds for the fuel costs you will incur during the trip. Gas prices in Greece can be very high, leaving a large hole in your wallet. In fact, if you plan to stay for a few days and do photo stops and sightseeing, you will find that the money you spend on gas will likely be more than the money you spend on car rental and groceries combined. Greece is a relatively affordable country, but high oil prices have been a source of contention between citizens and the government. Excise taxes are blamed for raising the price of gasoline to nearly $9.14 per gallon. As a result of prices that are frequently unaffordable for the average citizen, counterfeit and substandard gasoline has appeared on the black market. 5. Monaco. The Principality of Monaco, which attracts a large number of car enthusiasts, has recently revealed a dark side. It is one of the most expensive places in the world to fill up these mechanical marvels with diesel or gasoline. That's right, Monaco has the world's 5th highest fuel prices. Following the imposition of sanctions on Russia, Putin demanded that European countries pay for gas in Russian rubles, raising European fuel prices by 7 to 10%. Gas in the small European country bordering France costs an average of $9.16 per gallon. 4. The Central African Republic. A convergence of unfortunate factors has resulted in the Central African Republic having the world's 4th most expensive gasoline. The first of these factors is geographical location. As a landlocked country, the Central African Republic lacks easy trade routes. Fuel must be transported either through the Obangui River or by land, which is expensive. Then there's the issue of political instability, which affects not only the CAR but also its neighbors. Conflict in the Democratic Republic of Congo and Cameroon occasionally disrupts fuel transportation routes, resulting in fuel shortages and higher prices. With less than 300 miles of paved roads, the country also has infrastructure issues. Corruption and government mismanagement are the icing on the cake for this toxic cocktail, with CAR residents bearing the brunt of the consequences. The African nation bordering Chad and Sudan has a price cheaper than the top 3 in the world, but it's still high, with an average price of $9.24 per gallon. What's worse, the market affordability for fuel is 446.3%, the second lowest in the entire world after Burundi. 3. Finland. One woman in Lapland, the frozen northernmost region in Finland, went viral after posting a video of her reindeer-powered sled. Janita stated on TikTok that she was driving to the supermarket the old-fashioned way because it is more ecologically friendly and because gas prices are so high. High taxes are primarily to blame for Finland's high gas prices. As of early May 2022, the price of gasoline in Finland cost as much as $9.594 per gallon. Unlike other European countries, many of its citizens are dissatisfied. In fact, a social movement has emerged in response to the high fuel taxes. The movement is less physical than in other countries, such as France, and focuses on signing petitions and elections. A Facebook group dedicated solely to advocating lower fuel taxes had over 600,000 followers. The Finnish government intends to compensate for high energy prices through subsidies and tax cuts. 2. Norway. Norway has the second highest fuel prices in the world and the highest in Scandinavia. Norway is a major oil producer, but it is an anomaly among oil producers in that it taxes gasoline at a higher rate, resulting in higher prices at the pump. The country derives much of its wealth from oil, but it has long sought to diversify its economy away from the fossil resource. To its credit, though, it is also the 11th most affordable country in the world. To fill an 80-liter tank, the ordinary resident needs only 2.8% of their monthly income, much less than the more than 440% that citizens in the most expensive countries pay. That isn't to suggest that spending $9.707 a gallon of gasoline isn't inconvenient for Norwegians, or that this isn't a common criticism among car owners. It's more so that Norwegians accept it as a way of life, and in most cases, it doesn't interfere with their ability to meet basic needs. Although gas in Norway is the second most expensive in the world, it is actually one of the cheapest when you take into account the purchasing power. You think US gas prices are high? Try filling up your car in this country. 1. Hong Kong. With an average price of $11.087 per gallon of gas, the special administrative region near China's mainland is the most expensive in the world. Although Hong Kong is a free port in general, there are a few goods that are heavily restricted, and automobiles are one of them. The Hong Kong government's policy is to promote mass transit, so the government imposes high taxes and other restrictions on automobiles. Cars are treated as a luxury in Hong Kong because it is a tiny region. You don't really need a car to get around unless you want comfort, which is a luxury. Gas taxes are high in Hong Kong. Notably, the average price in mainland China is $5.77 per gallon. Singapore is the source of all locally refined oil products. Because the transportation cost of cruise ships is higher than that of land transportation, the gasoline produced is then transported to Hong Kong by oil tankers and stored in the oil depot. Because of the high cost of oil depot rent, only 4 oil companies in Hong Kong import gasoline from Singapore. Furthermore, the cost of opening a gas station is prohibitively expensive due to Hong Kong's absurdly high land prices. Tell us how much a gallon costs in your country in the comment section down below. We would like to point out that low gas prices can be found throughout North Africa, the Middle East, Central Asia, and Russia. In Iran, for example, a gallon of gas costs about 20 cents. Watch these videos if you like our content, and please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.